Good morning. Good morning, my YouTube friends. We're going to go live over here on Instagram where I typically go live. I just wanted to start here first because last time, I don't know what happened. I went live early and I didn't know what was going on. So thanks for joining me. What is it's goal setting season, and my topic is where are all my things? Start strong, finish strong. The 2024 playbook. That is what's happening. The 2025 playbook. Let's go live on Instagram. Here we go. Again, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Bonjour. At least I got those two. That's what's happening. So good morning. Grab your coffee. I am live. Another episode of Coffee with Carrie. I think I might even, a 2025 playbook. So yeah, the 2025 playbook for real estate agents. Grab your notebook. It is goal setting season. I've got my notes. This was me on the plane yesterday. Mark and I were up at 4 a.m., 3 a.m. Central, coming in hot for my installation at Main Street. I am back. I am a director at the local association. So on the plane, because I can't sleep on a plane, I was writing my notes for Coffee with Carrie, Breakfast with Carrie. 2025 is going to be a good year. I'm coming outside. I think I got some help to kind of do some events. I like to do things with others, not just by myself. It just makes it so much more. It's so much easier. It's not just me. You get to learn from other professionals. You know how it goes. So for those of you that are joining me, take a second. Let me know where you are watching from. Click that little airplane. Let's wake some folks up. Who can we wake up this morning? Who can we get in the room? Who can we blow up based on their, let's see, who can we invite to the live this morning? Let's wake everybody up. I'm sure a few of my social media friends are still at the conference. So let me just give you some updates of the week. How about, a day in the life of Carrie? And of course, here's the dog. I don't have any treats. Go somewhere and lay down. Go lay down because he's going to bother me. Go lay down. So again, I am Carrie Little, your host of Coffee with Carrie, typically every Friday morning. Next Friday, the 20th, I have to figure out that live because I have a board meeting during the same time. So maybe after, maybe 11, maybe 12, something like that. So I've been in Florida speaking for the Georgia conference because that's what the Georgia State Association does. They have conferences in other states. Might seem confusing, but it was fun. So I have to thank Georgia Realtors YPN for inviting me out. I had, I can't say standing room only, but it was a packed room. Hundreds of agents in the room. So it's goal setting season. I came in hot yesterday morning from Florida to go to work a little bit, to go to our local association. And on the plane, 3 hours, I got to write all of my notes. No, I did not use ChatGPT, although I could have used ChatGPT to edit. So, hey, okay, Medina, Illinois. So yeah, that's my, one of my kids went to Medina Christian when it was still around. All right. You ready to get into this? I have questions. How many of you have already started working on your goals for 2024? Tell me. Who's already working on their goals? Are any of you already working on your goals? Are we focused? Are we working? What are we doing? Tell me. Anyone working on their goals? Yes, no? I literally, and I should probably open this up while I'm having a conversation with all of you. When we were sitting at the airport, and I'm sure Mark was like, "What is she doing?" I opened up our goals because Mark and I worked on our goals back in, I think it was July, when we were at training in Florida CE. So let's see. Ready to get started with your goals. October, for those of you in the membership, we're going to do goal setting in the membership. Let's see. Here it is. Team Little Marketing. income goal, monthly budget. Like I have everything done. This is what we're going to do in the membership in October. And then September 23rd is when we're doing the coaching call. So I literally I have not done, Mark and I have not gone over the goal setting, but I do know how much money we need to make. So we need to get back to work. So again, my question for all of you was, how many of you are already working on your goals? Don't forget to invite a friend right now to join us. And really, September is the month where we start setting our goals for the coming year. If you missed the live last week on Friday, or if you're watching the replay, I'm going to challenge you to go back to the September 6th live, where I talked about, I gave you a challenge and I told you that there's going to be a shift in the marketplace. And I truly believe now I believe, we have the peaks and valleys. If I were to show you my marketplace, if I were to show you, let's see, I'm looking for my coffee with Carrie here. If I were to show you not just the marketplace, I could literally show you that I believe that the market is going to shift after the election, and maybe not like, boom, here it is. But I do believe that we're going to start to see more people put homes on the market because many of our markets are softening. And when I say they're softening now, I mean, Florida, every single day on homes.com, I literally have a price drop on some property, if not at least 3. So homes.com, every day I get a pop-up, price change, price change, price change. So I'm here to tell you, I truly believe if you don't get yourself together, if you don't start planning for the shift, the negative is, well, let me go turn this off. I'm sending, who am I sending this to? I'm sending this to everyone. Oh, no, we don't want to test. All right. So I'm inviting some other folks to the live. All right. So I believe there's going to be a change in the market. I believe that some of you who have not been planning, not working, you're going to feel the pain. And it doesn't mean you can't start working now. If you were to work, and write this down, what if Mina and I are going to come? Let me remind all of you as well, go follow me on YouTube, because Mina and I have been going live talking artificial intelligence on Sunday mornings around 8:30-ish, 8:45 a.m. So schedule yourself, go subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get a pop-up. So we've been talking AI because there's going to be a shift, and eventually we're going to have a really good talk on AI and tell you what we think is going to happen over the next few years. But in real estate, there's going to be a shift. Some of you never could have predicted this change in our industry, especially with the settlement, because we've been doing business as usual. And even though we've been doing business as usual, many of you could have never expected that that the multiple listing service was going to remove compensation, right? Right. So I'm here to tell you, you need to get to work. You need to get to work. You need to write down, you need to literally schedule yourself to work. So grab your notebook. Got my notebook. I got my notes. Grab a pen and let's do this. So September is the month where we start planning for the coming year, or for many of us, the spring market. When we start planning for the coming year, it doesn't mean stop working on your current goals. You might shift your goals a little bit. You might have more in the coming year, which is 2025. It could be that you're going to scale back because maybe price points have changed a little bit. You're not going to stop doing what you're currently doing. And this was the statement I was going to make earlier, if you are not working on your business, if you are not scheduled, you need to start scheduling yourself. And if you do, you will actually close more deals, because now you're not just closing more deals because you're just winging it. You're closing more deals because you have a specific plan in place. If you're not watching me on TikTok, I'm giving you tips every single day on AI. So no excuse. If you are not scheduled, my recent tip for all of you is write down right now, like go to ChatGPT or go create a Google Doc and write down, today I need to get this done, this done, this done, and this done. Organize my day. I want to work between 9 and 1, and then I'm going to go show properties. I want you to literally start using AI to schedule yourself. And then stick to the schedule. How many of you have a real job still? Anyone? Real job, folks? Because if you have a real job, you have to go to work. You have to get the work done. Someone is scheduling you, or you're the boss and you're scheduling someone else. So I need you to be the boss and schedule yourself now. So again, right, the 2025 playbook. Are you ready? So write this down, and some of you are going to say, Carrie, we've talked about this before. This doesn't change. Your niche might change. What type of business in real estate you do might change. Going to work for a real company might change. In real estate, it could be that you're going to work with first-time home buyers. It could mean that, Carrie, I want to pivot and be seller heavy in 2025. But this part does not change. And if you don't get the basics of business down, you will be winging it, and then you will be me fussing at Mark saying, okay, how much money did we spend this month? And then it becomes an argument. And that's, that's one of the biggest challenges, especially when you are doing business with a spouse, or if you're doing, even if both of you are entrepreneurs, it's hard, right? Even for those of you that are on teams, if you don't talk money, you're going to have challenges. So number one, write this down. How much money do you want to make? And you could write it down this way. How much money do you want to make in all of the next year, the entire year? Then you can break it down by quarter. My recommendation is break it down by year, then break it down by month, and then break it down by quarter. I could literally even say, when you get to the point where, why did I even bother moving? Because it's right here. When you look at your year, and I can look at, if I were to go back to here, I'll go to mine. How much money do I want to make? I'll be a little more specific. How much money do you need to make? So I have our expenses down, association fees. Break even point is association fees, right? And local, and your brokerage fees. So I have association fees, company fees, marketing, technology fees, education fees, real estate taxes, miscellaneous. Then I have household expenses, mortgage, let's see, the home local association, meaning real estate HOA. It could be food, travel, healthcare, entertainment, total debt payments, savings and investments, taxes, childcare, miscellaneous, additional savings, emergency. Did I have vacation in here? Yeah, travel. All of that. Then I totaled both of those out. So when I'm telling you how much money do you want to make, let's also go with how much money do you need to make a living in real estate. When you do this, then when you have your, how much this is by month, then you can multiply that by 12. Now you know how much you need for the year. Then you could break it down by quarter. And here's why. We're going to do this in October in the membership. If you are not in the membership and you're like, Carrie, can you please just sell it to me so I can join earlier? I don't know if I'll do that, but I could at least give you access to the class. You could pay for the class. So if you do this, you will be running a business. What if something shifts in your household? Because Mark and I were talking about this. What if someone can't work and you're the sole provider in real estate? What if there's such a shift where real estate takes a huge pivot, and I won't even say think outside the box. I'll say there's the unknowns that you don't know. So if you work by, put down by month, how much do you need to make per month? The break even, and need is also travel. Need is, I call it an emergency fund. You could have a blow it fund. Some of you need a blow it account because you blow your money when you get it because you don't have a blow it account. Let me say that again for those of you in the back. If you don't have a blow it account, meaning you want to just go spend money because you like to go to TJ Maxx, you will blow your money when you get it. So again, you need expenses and household expenses. And then when you total this up, I even have how much money I make from real estate sales, dual career, other income for Mark and I. Because I'm real estate sales and I'm an instructor and I have a membership. So where does my money come from? Now that you know this and you broke it down by, you have it by month, and then you multiply that by 12, and then you have it by 12. And then what you do is you break it down by quarter, because some of you know, depending on which market you're in, and I'm still on number one, like how much money do you need to want to make? You are going to make most of your money in June, July, and August. You are going to make most of your money in June, July, and August. So that means you are going to literally make money. You're going to really be working hard now so you can be listing houses and working with buyers by March, April, and May, because most of us close most of our deals by June, July, and August, because people with families want to be in before the kids go back to school so they can play with these new kids all summer and make new friends, right? Make new friends. You know the song. And then but some of you you could, real estate is, the cycle happens every single year, because there could be, we got vacation properties, we've got Airbnbs, we've got all these different types of properties, and we have investors. So most of us are going to make a killing June, July, and August. But you need to come see me in a whole nother class. Monday, I am teaching a class. I might make it open to all of you, but it's really for my office. I'll keep you posted. Watch my DMs. Oh, if you are in Illinois, September 14th in person in Downers Grove, I'm gonna go over figuring out how to use data to make a living. So you need to come see me in person. So number one, how much money do you need to make? Break it down: expenses, household expenses, real estate expenses, money to live, money to save, invest, taxes, blah, blah, blah. Number two, let's reimagine your business in 2 years, in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years. And what I mean by that is, what will your business look like in 5 years? And at the beginning, I said you have to schedule yourself and do the work, because if you're not doing the work, you can reimagine yourself working at Starbucks. I want you to really sit down and say, what will my business look like in a year? What will it look like in 5 years, 10 and 20? Because 20 puts me at 73 years old. Ooh, that hit different, right? Some of you really need to know that. So reimagine your business. Write down one thing that you think could be different, or two things, or three, or five. What could be different? Could it mean that you are going to sell your business and go work for another brokerage? Could it mean that your fee structure is different? Could it mean that you're going to pivot from first-time buyers to luxury properties? Does it mean that all of a sudden you are transactional? Does it mean that your model changes? Does it mean that all of a sudden you're doing everything on Zoom? Does it mean that AI has taken over and you now are an avatar? Mina, how about this? You're an avatar, and when you get to the property, someone rings the door and they say, "Hi, this is Todd. Hey, Todd. And I'm here to see the property." And you say, "Thank you, welcome in." Open, and then they open the door, or the door opens, and you meet them inside, and you are at home, and you are literally a digital avatar. Ooh. What could your business look like differently? So I want you to write that down. Will you be totally virtual? Will you have a team? Will you be licensed in multiple states? Will you have a driver? This next generation, Mina and I, we're talking about some things, but one thing that came up was, could you have predicted self-driving cars? Probably not. What if real estate was, you had a self-driving car and you could work, and you were in the back seat, and this car took you everywhere, and your office was driving you around? You could be full-time. Maybe it's just as simple as, Carrie, I just want to be full-time in real estate. It could be that maybe you're going to also, now you've been selling real estate for 5 years and you're an expert on social media, and you want to coach people on social media. So in 5 years, you have a team that works itself, and you are coaching other real estate agents on the success of social media. Yeah, I mean, like, I gave you the crazy versions, but who knows? It could be happening now. If I could get my Tesla to drive me around and I work in the back seat, man, that would be great. And some of you want to jump through the phone and shake me and say, no way. But could you have ever imagined Uber? Could you ever have imagined Uber with shutting down the taxi industry? Not totally shutting it down, but people choosing Uber over a taxi. Even in the Chicagoland market, taxis now have an app, and I can actually call a taxi with an app, and then I get a cheaper rate than going in an Uber. So they had to pivot. So do you want to be forced to pivot like Blockbuster? Do you even know what Blockbuster is? Even Netflix made the change. Netflix and Blockbuster were competing. Netflix was mailing you the CD in the mail. Redbox didn't pivot. Redbox at the Walmart, at Walgreens, it was at the McDonald's Corporation. They used to own it. Fun fact. And they didn't pivot. They didn't change. So number two, reimagine your business in 5 years, 10 years. Yeah, Mina's chatting with you. Kids weren't, don't even want a driver's license anymore. We have Uber Kid. I made my kids get a driver's license. I'm like, you are not going to get stuck in college. Somebody had too much to drink and you can't even drive everybody home. I really would like my kids to know how to drive a manual. However, maybe one can, maybe two. Lauren can and Ryan can. So again, number one, how much money do you need to make? Number two, reimagine your business in 10 years. Think outside the box. The bonus for all of you is make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, Mina and I, because we've been talking all things AI Sunday mornings before church around 8:45 a.m. Central. Number three, when you reimagine your business, how are you going to get there? Like, what are you going to do to say it? So let's make it simple. Let me go the easy button. You want to be a full-time agent in 5 years. So if you're reimagining your business and in 5 years, I want to be a full-time agent and I don't want to work for someone else, what do you need? And it might simply mean that you need to write down, I need health insurance. And I wrote down all my expenses, my household expenses. I know what my income sources are today. And let's say your income source in a real job today is that you make $7,000 a month, but they take out your taxes for you, right? SSI, everything. You need to write down what that will look like if your job in 5 or 10 years is to no longer be working for someone else. You need to, if you don't write it down, you won't do it. There's a ChatGPT tip. I'll go give that tip. How to leave my job as a real estate agent in 10 years. I might have to write that prompt, Mina. Number 4, do you have a work schedule or are you going with the flow? Tell me in the feed. For those of you, if you're watching me on YouTube, if you're watching me live on Instagram, do you have an actual schedule or are you winging it? Hey, I got some people over here on YouTube. So tell me, are you winging it? Do you just get up, get dressed and get out the door? And Mark will probably shake me. He doesn't know I'm going to talk about him, but I'm like, Mark, what does your day really look like? Are you scheduled or do you just, what's in your head, you have to get it done and you are literally just working? So Jody on YouTube is saying, I'm time blocking. Some of you are saying you have a schedule, but what does it really look like? Do you really have a schedule of, and some of you don't want a schedule. That's why you became a real estate agent, because you figured I could just do what I want, but that is not real life. You really do have to have a plan. I mean, literally every day. And I'm tired because we shut down the after party because Sheena was outside last night. Sheena, Nikki, I didn't go to bed till 2:30 a.m. And then I got up at 3 a.m. Central the night before to come home from Florida, doing the most. So one of you knows I think I won the award, although one of you knows I'm winning. So one of you said winging it according to fam. And you know what? If you're winging it, what happens when business just shuts down? Meaning your leads aren't coming in like they typically do because you were winging it. That was me back in 2001. My idea of real estate in 2001 was I would go to the office with one of the kids, and Jonathan was literally, I had to take him to daycare and Lauren could go to school with me. Lauren could, go to work with me because she was easy and that's what was happening. Then I would do this twice, maybe a week. Then when my husband would come home from work, at around 4:30, I would pretend cook dinner. So he got something. And then he would take a nap. And then I would go to the Baird and Warner office in Wheaton and I would work till 11 or 12 o'clock at night. That's what I would do. But I didn't really have a plan, but I had to get out of the office to actually get the work from. So So I see your comments. I fiercely protected my time. Got it. So time blocking over on YouTube. Some of you are saying I'm winging it. Bad habit, family and client availability. If What if I challenged you in my number 4? Do you have a work schedule? Are you going with the flow? If you're winging it, I think you need to go old school. Mina, tell them in the feed what this is. Like, some of you need to set a timer to get the work done. And if you're watching me on TikTok, I gave you the tip of write down everything that you need to get done. And then actually, this would be my challenge. Even if you're not using AI, you might as well use it. Go and open up a Google Doc or a Microsoft Word document and write down everything you need to do today. And then I want you to throw it into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to organize your day. Then on the next day, so Monday through Friday, do this every single day. It'll take you 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how fast you type. Doesn't have to be in specific order. And then ask ChatGPT to prioritize your day and tell ChatGPT that you need to pick up the kids, that you need to cook dinner, that you need to make lunch. Mina said to take a break, to go for a walk, to exercise, to shower, brush your teeth, etc. Then, if you do this every day, Monday through Friday, you can then go back to that and use the same chat in ChatGPT. Then ask ChatGPT to give you a regular schedule. Now, you might do this for an entire month in the same feed, and then ask ChatGPT to build out your schedule based on your habits, showing houses, creating a CMA, and then you can get to the point and say, okay, how do I build in lead generation? I'm giving you the conversation that you're going to have back and forth with ChatGPT. I see the statement. I would love to be driven around, because remember, my number 2 was reimagine what your business could look like. Could you have a driver? Maybe it's a self-driving car. That was really outside of the box. And if you know that you want to have someone if you know you want a driver, let's say it's an actual driver, how much that goes back to my expenses that I'm looking at. Is it written down? And how much is it going to cost you to have someone else drive you around? There was a guy that I met, and he said the person that picked me up from the Chattanooga airport when I was speaking in Tennessee, and he and I had great conversation. He was a veteran, and he drives for Uber. And he said what he would do is sometimes people would hire him for a long road trip. There is somebody out there that would be happy to drive you around all day. The Lincoln Lawyer. Right? What kind of car do you have? Make it a name. I'm the Porsche kid. Porsche's my favorite car. What could that be? Somebody give me a title. You can't, but I'm not letting you drive me around in that. Maybe I would if you're a good driver. Maybe. So number 1, how much money do you want to make? Number 2, reimagine your business. Reimagine it in 5 years, 10 years, and 20. How old will you be? You need to say, "Ooh, I'm going to be this. This is how old I'm going to be." How many hours a day do you put in, or anyone, to work? So first of all, some of us don't even know how many hours we put in, because if you're not scheduled, you are probably just figuring out how to figure it out, and you're just working till late at night. That could easily be me, but I'm probably doing the most volunteer life. But if you really wrote it down, some of you ADDers out there, you will get more done in an hour because you wrote down everything you had to get done. And then you asked ChatGPT to tell you how to organize your day. So here's the challenge. My number 4 was, do you have a work schedule? So starting today, open ChatGPT, Copilot, Perplexity.ai, Google Gemini. Go open up one of the tools and then go open a Google Doc and write down everything you have to get done. And then ask ChatGPT to organize your day and include a break, include eating, include a walk, a 15-minute walk, and then and then tell ChatGPT what has to get done. Like, I have to turn in the trademark, or I have to get this audit finished. What do you have to get done and what can wait? And then ask ChatGPT to reorganize your day. But this right here, Mina, what is this called? It's some type of theory. Like, oh, what is it? Oh, I can't see it. I'm looking over here, Mina, on YouTube, because I can see YouTube better. Okay. Number 5, how will you lead generate for the coming year? Go. Tell me in the feed. Really good book is Think and Grow Rich. I see all of you chatting on YouTube. Think and Grow Rich is a great book, but if you really want to make your lives different, this is you could literally see that this is like the Bible, and not a Bible, but The Law of Success, also by Napoleon Hill. This one, I feel like if this one would be a great work. It's like this is a forever. This is a forever book. I'll come back and read this to all of you in a moment, and I think I'm going to change some of your lives in a moment. Okay, so for those of you that I said, how will you lead generate? Are you telling me? Are you telling me in the feed? How will you lead generate? Anyone? So how will you lead generate for the coming year? Did you catch the 21-day strategy class for those of you in the membership? It is available on Facebook, and it's available on the membership page. Then my other and for those of you that missed my live on September 6th, you need to go back and watch that because I kind of helped you focus. Now, number 6, let me go back to lead generate. When I asked all of you how will you lead generate, you're not chatting with me. So I'm going to ask the question again. How will you lead generate? If you do want to get access to my October class and you're not in the membership, because the membership will relaunch in November. If you're not in the membership, send an email to info@smartgirlmedia.com. You can also DM me with your email. So how will you lead generate in the coming year? Go back and watch September 6th. You need to add, that's a part of your 2025 playbook. You need to figure out how you're going to lead generate. Someone is already in my stuff. Shelly said expired listings. What else are you going to do? Go. What else are we going to do? Create a CMA a day. How about you not just create a CMA a day, the comparative market analysis? You use a Google form or tools like Cloud CMA, and you go post and you ask people here, I'm going to show this to you. You actually ask people to click now to find out what their home is worth. How about that? Instead of just creating a market analysis, how about you do that? Anyone? I'm logging in to show this to you, what this could look like. So for those of you that are on YouTube, you're going to see it. For those of you on my phone, I'm afraid to take my phone off of the stand because I think I need a new tripod. So you can go to Cloud CMA if you have Cloud CMA, and then literally go to your photo. And then when you click lead generation, there is an option for what's my home worth. I have the link in my bio. Don't fill it out because all the real estate agents that do this to me, I have to follow up with you. All of that. So you can use Cloud CMA. Go ask people to click now to find out what your home is worth. All right. Number 6. I'm just going to tell you my favorite lead options for the coming year. 21 days of expert videos. So if you were in the membership, I'm going to give you the basics of what I said. Sorry if you missed it. I am going to do I have 2 videos that'll be on YouTube. One is going to hit Wednesday, and then the following Wednesday, part 1 and part 2. And there I'm going to give you the concept of creating reels. And when I say becoming the expert for 21 days, I want you to pick the niche that you're going to focus on. If it's first-time buyers, if it's buyers, and then I want you to go after sellers. I want you to create all content for one niche or one specific market. So then when people go to your channel, all you're doing is talking about one thing. Buyers, why to buy in the city of Chicago. Some of my favorite neighborhoods are, here's how to check out and do research on the neighborhoods that you like. It is how to find grant programs. 21 days, what is it going to be? And the other one is, and by the way, I'm doing the 21 days on my Caremark real estate page, and I'm doing it on my YouTube page for Caremark. Targeting pre-foreclosures. Why do I think all of you should target pre-foreclosures? Tell me. Why do you think you should target pre-foreclosures? And I'm going to go look some up while I talk to all of you. For those of you in Illinois, tell me what cities you want for pre-foreclosures. For those of you in Central Florida, tell me what cities you want for pre-foreclosures. If you're a friend or family member and you're watching me, Where do you want to buy a potential pre-foreclosure? Doesn't mean it's upside down. It doesn't mean the homeowner can't sell it for market value. My question to all of you is, where do you want a pre-foreclosure? For those of you that are on YouTube, tell me the cities you would want a pre-foreclosure in as I go find my YouTube live. Tell me, where would you want a pre-foreclosure? The expert videos. Okay. Robert's saying, yep. Okay. So I'm in Realist, in a tool called Realist, and I'm going to throw this out quickly. So my favorite lead generation options are, and then I'm going to go look at pre-foreclosures, the 21-day expert series video, real video with you, targeting pre-foreclosures, homes, and then home number 3, homes that are paid off, all a part of number 6. Then it's expired homes, bottom of the market, people that purchased at the bottom of the market. They could sell, or people that had properties that were listed at the bottom of the market and they never came back on the market. If you have never been in class with me, and I've trained you on Realist, you need to be in class with me for Realist, because I can show you how to do this. If you are, let's see if this is going to actually work, because I'm in 2 different Realist accounts. Let's see if it's going to kick me out. So I am in Realist, and I'm going to go look up pre-foreclosures. And in my pre-foreclosure stage, I'm going to go back 12 months. I'm going to look at these. So I'm back in September of 2023. And then I'm going to choose pre-foreclosure. I'm in Realist. And then I'm going to pick a neighborhood. I'm going to go with Joliet, a south suburban suburb of Chicago. And then I'm going to click search. And right now, what did I put in? Don't make a liar out of me. That's not true. Oh, I think it's because it's got, let me go refresh. I think it's trying to push me into Florida. Let's go see. Yep, it pushed me into Florida. Let me log out of this. So which ones did you say? Along the Gulf, I don't know if let's see, I'm in central Florida, so I'm not sure if I get access to all of that. But I'm going to at least pull Realist Tax in Illinois. For those of you that are on YouTube, I can at least show it to you. But here are the steps. Number 1, I'm in search. Number 2, I'm in my search. Number 3, I'm looking at pre-foreclosures. Number 4, I am choosing the last 12 months. And then number 5, I'm choosing pre-foreclosure. And then number 6, I'm putting in the city. I might also want to be a little bit more specific on the city. So right now in Joliet, Illinois, let me tell you how many pre-foreclosures. There are 231 out of the 231. Some of these could be commercial because I did not choose just residential. 4 of them are active, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 are expired. So you could literally have, a little less than around 228 right now that you can start farming today. And then you have about 11 that you could send handwritten note cards for too. So number 6 is my favorite lead options, the 21-day expert series, targeting pre-foreclosures, homes that are paid off in your neighborhood, expired properties that expired yesterday, properties that expired. If I were using in Realist, for those of you that don't know this, in Realist, you can actually target expired. What am I doing here? I want to clear all of this. Clear. I can actually go look for properties that expired in, let's say, let's pick Joliet again. And then I can look for properties that have an expiration date of, where's my date? There it is. How about the bottom of the market? January 1st, 2011 to December 31st, 2014. And let's see how many properties were never relisted in Joliet. Drum roll. Still thinking, it's still thinking, it's still thinking. There are 108 properties in the Joliet area, commercial and residential, that were never relisted. Now, they could have sold, but they were never relisted in the multiple listing service. When agents tell me that they don't know how to find the deal, I just told you. So those are some of my favorite. And then I also said your sphere of influence and homes that do not have a mortgage in your neighborhood. So you need to mail to your sphere. Again, last week I told you I went on a real listing appointment to someone that bought from me like in 2003. And then number 7, use data to determine the best house to sell and many homes you need to sell, and how many homes you need to sell to reach your goals. How's that? How's that for a very strategic, focused 2025 playbook? How much money do you need to make? Reimagining your business. What will it look like? What could be different? How will you get to your, reimagined business? Like, how will you get there? What action steps? Are you working on a schedule? Some of you need to write out your schedule. I said leverage ChatGPT to do it. Number 5, how will you lead generate? You don't have to do it all. When I was in Georgia and I was sharing, not in Georgia, in Florida, speaking for the Georgia State Association, usually when I get up to teach, I have a lot that I could teach, but I kept it simple, very focused. But even at the end, I told everyone in the room one thing. So is it going to be 21 days of content? Is it going to be that you're going to get back to mailing to your sphere of influence? Could it be that you're going to really go heavy on pre-foreclosures in the coming year? What is that one thing that you can actually start doing now where you finish? We often don't finish because we try to do it all. And you'll finish if you use this. Mina, tell us what this is again. What theory is that? So set a timer to get it done. And then I said to all of you, how will you lead generate? And then I gave you my favorite lead generation strategies: pre-foreclosures, homes that are paid off, expireds, people that bought at the bottom of the market. The date range for expireds could be based on data, your sphere of influence, and homes that do not have a mortgage. It could, lead generation could be that you're going to look for your own properties. It could be investment properties to flip, properties so you can become an Airbnb host, properties so you could do vacation homes. Like, what do you want? What do you want? And then number 7 is use data. If you are in my market on September 14th in person, come see me. I am going to be teaching on mastering metrics, teaching you how to use the data, but also teaching you how to use it to generate leads. I'm going to give you the lead generation strategy. So I'm going to read this to all of you because someone mentioned Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. That's a quick, easy read. I also think all of you should read this one, Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. The first couple of chapters are going to realize that some of you are really messed up when it comes to money. And I don't mean that in a negative way. Your thinking is wrong with money. And until you figure that out, some of you will not fix that. Now this, I probably, let me see what the other one says. Let me see what this one is that I saved. So this section is called Your 6 Most Dangerous Enemies. Your 6 most dangerous enemies. I should probably come and read some of these periodically. You ready for this? If anyone has questions while I give you a snippet of The Law of Success, this is not a book you just read from cover to cover. If anyone has questions, throw them in the question mark. If you are on YouTube, type them in the feed or type them in the chat. Your 6 most dangerous enemies. And after the lesson, visit with the author. And then there's an image of you, the person. Here, I'm going to show YouTube first. There's an image of the person being chained up by the 6 enemies. Here we are. You ready for this good read today? Story time with Carrie. The 6 specters are labeled. So the dangerous enemies: fear of poverty, fear of death, fear of ill health, fear of loss of love, fear of old age, and fear of criticism. Every person on earth is afraid of something. Most fears are inherited. Back to the Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, the way you think about money is typically inherited. In this essay, you may study the 6 basic fears which do the most damage. Your fears must be mastered before you can win in any worthwhile taking in life. Find out how many of the 6 fears are bothering you, but more important than this, determine also how to conquer these fears. I think what I should go do is like read this in a different video, because this is about 4 pages and I'd probably read this slow. But it tells you these fear, it gives you the fear of poverty. It requires courage to tell the truth. It talks about the fear of ill health. This fear is born of both physical and social heredity. This one is the fear of loss of love. This fear fills the asylums with the insanely jealous. Ooh. The fear of criticism. Just how and where man got this fear is difficult to determine, but it is certain that he has it. But for this fear, men and women would not become bald-headed. Ooh. Oh, I'm not even going to get into all that. And then the fear of death, all of that. I won't get into this, but if you have any of those fears, you probably need to figure out how to conquer it. So I'm going over to YouTube because I don't have any questions on Instagram. So down here at the bottom, if anybody has questions on anything I talked about, goal setting, how to generate leads, how to find me in class, anything real estate focused, or being an entrepreneur, ask me down at the bottom. You can even ask me in the chat, but the Q&A, go there. Usually by now somebody has one. So yeah, someone says yes. T Harv Ecker, yes, that's my best jam. Secrets of a Millionaire Mind was the first personal development book my dad gave me. And can I come on and read with you? Wow, would love to be a part of that discussion. Now, this is probably one of those this could be a great in-person talk and taking a different section, because there's even a section in this book where someone gave an actual speech on if they had $1 million, what they would do. And when he got done, someone said, come see me in my office the next Monday, and they gave him $1 million and a university was started from it. This is one of those books that will motivate you to work. The event I mentioned, there's a couple of events. There might be a few tickets left. If you go to the link in my bio, I'm doing an event with an attorney, a loan officer, home warranty, also sponsored. So Jill Daniels and then Sheena Baker and I are doing a talk on the 19th in the evening in Aurora, Illinois. There might be a few spaces left. So maybe 45 minutes to an hour. We're going to do a live talk, a real estate talk, and then there's going to be a DJ after party at Leilani's, but you do need to get a ticket, and it is for real estate agents only. And then I'm also teaching in person on September 14th. Mastering metrics doesn't sound exciting, but trust me, I will show you how to lead generate. And then in person on the 21st and 28th on a Saturday, I am teaching the ABR. Let's see. Can we attend the class in your agent journey membership? You can. Foster, you're already in the membership, so you're in it. But if someone else wants to attend, I got to go create a buy me link. But send me an email at info@smartgirlmedia.com. Can I go over Cloud CMA? Yes. Let's see if I can get this out of here without my light on, because my light is going off. So I was asked the question, can I go over Cloud CMA? So if you have Cloud CMA, when you go into Cloud CMA, if you have it, as I have it in Illinois and Florida, you can literally go up here to the top, click your photo, and then click lead generation. And once you click lead generation, go and grab your landing page. You can view the landing page, or you can copy the link, or you can just share it to Facebook, X, or Pinterest. If you copy the link, you can put it pretty much anywhere. So I can go share it on Facebook. I can go share it in my link tree. I can share it on Instagram. Let's go see. So if I think it's in my Instagram page, my company page, there's Linktree. And then I'm sure, let's go, who knows what I have here? There's the real estate agent night out. There is, let's see. This is from Remine. Some of you need to learn about that one. Remine has get an offer on your home. There it is. What's my home worth in Northern Illinois? I need to go add the one for Florida. If you are in the membership, there is a here. If you're in the membership, I'll show you. I see the question on, is there a replay? If you're in my membership, you can it's here. So I'll show you where it is. It is under it's actually under social media, called the 21 Days to Social Media Success. But it's also under the Power Hour, because every month I do a training. Man, there's so much content here. It is worth thousands for what people paid for this. It is worth thousands. So there it is. Part 1, laying the foundation, goal setting, and adapting to market changes. It is part 1, 21 days, laying the foundation. Part 2, taking ownership of your success. Part 3, taking control of your success. Part 4 is creating engaging content. And then part 5 is consistency is key, becoming an expert in your niche. And then there you go. That might just be Q&A. But listen, if you're not here, November is when I do the Black Friday deals. And maybe I'll do a special deal, because Black Friday is Mark's birthday, the Mark birthday deal. But that would probably just be for 72 hours. And then I'd go back to a different rate, the actual rate that was going to happen. If you're already in the membership, you will auto renew. And yeah, there you are. Is there a pre-foreclosure yet letter? Hold on. Let me go see. When you go to seller, come on, Boston, this is for you. So if you're in the seller boot camp and you go to pre-foreclosure, let's see what we got. Is there a letter? I don't see one, but anyone that joined got the original keys to listing leads. I gotta go see. There might be one here. Yeah, let me go. Foster. Don't let me forget. Let me add that. Let me take my notes, and let me make sure that there's a letter for pre foreclosures. It could be. I probably should have looked, but it could be in. Let's go hunt under the agent toolkit. Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, now you got it. Could be in the vault. I'll go find it, Foster. I'll make sure it's there. Here we go. I'm giving myself work. Here, I didn't understand where in the cloud you were. So if you're in Cloud CMA, I'll show you again. It is when you log into Cloud CMA, it's in the top right hand corner. Click on your image. It is literally in the top right hand corner. So I'm in Cloud CMA. It's up here. Just click on your photo and then click lead generation. Once you click lead generation, copy your link. I think you got a better rate, Patty, this year. You don't want the founder's rate, Patty. You got the better rate. You got the deal rate. I will double check your account. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got the better rate. How to offer mail, how to mail to pre-foreclosures. I would, first I do have a letter. It would be, dear homeowner, did first let me give you some strategy with that. But you should go watch the pre-foreclosure classes. My recommendation is that you go watch the pre-foreclosure classes, because I give you strategy right now, because I know you're in Illinois, Foster. If I would mail using data showing that a homeowner that's not paying their mortgage, they might still walk away with a check. That's what I would do. Then I would mail consistently for 2 months, and maybe let's say every 21 days. There's something to 21 days. So I mail this month and I say, dear homeowner, did you know the market is here? I would use that same data from the membership, and that is under, it is under the tech trainings, and I would go to the ChatGPT trainings on how to use InfoSparks. If I was in Illinois, that's what I would do. So it would be, I don't even know what I clicked. It would be, maybe it's under the 10-minute mastery. Yeah, under the 10-minute mastery, artificial intelligence. You see, man, I need somebody to get in here and play. I do. Paviel did build it for me. So under the 10-minute mastery, under artificial intelligence, it's thinking. Where am I at? I'm going to look. I'm looking. I am looking. I am looking. Yeah, under AI, it's spinning. I'm pretty sure I show you how to use data to write the letter. So that's what I would do. But don't ask that question on the 23rd. I'm going to send out the email today. It's good. The 23rd, we're going to do the coaching call in the morning. I had the date blocked, but I wasn't sure when I had to go downtown for NAR. So the 23rd in the morning. Let's see. If I was going after someone that was in pre-foreclosure, I would mail this month. Then I would mail again in October. And then by the third month, I'm letting them know I know they're in pre-foreclosure. Don't just walk away. Here are your options. You can list it, you can walk away, or you can give the house back to the bank, or there might be more options, meaning they don't have to sell it and they can work with the bank, and then maybe the bank will work with them to get their home out of foreclosure. You may or may not get the listing, but many people can't figure that part out. And some people will say, I just want to move on because I got some equity and they want to get out. So there's some strategy around doing that. And if you've never taken what's the course called? The short sale foreclosure class, short sale foreclosure rep, that might be an option. That's what I would do. Oh, here's a question in the Q&A. Here, let's go look. So the membership will launch again for access in November. If you do want to get into the class in October on goal setting, you can pay to get into that one early, or you can wait. That is also an option. Okay, Patty, I'm going to look. All right. So for those of you that are over on YouTube, thank you for watching. Make sure if you didn't subscribe to my YouTube channel now. For those of you on Instagram, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel.